Hi, and this is live day two. And sorry for coming a little bit behind the time. And straightly, I'm going to go to the business of the day without wasting much time. Yesterday, I left off by trying to introduce what are the things that have helped me this far in this journey. And I just quickly wanted to remember my first decade, my second decade, uh, you know, it was so much filled with so many things, and the chances of making it big in life. Like I look at myself, and then it was as if it was a difficult part that I was meant to go through. And I can remember very well, shortly after I left you know, my days or my school year, one of the first thing that happened at that very year, very well, year 1994, I remember it was when I had to write my first entrance exam, to go into the college, and it was like a struggle. For some of us that are familiar with the trend, then, I studied in Africa, and in that space where I was studying, I had this opportunity, to go to finish. And then exactly the time the result was meant to come out, there was a lot of atrocity that was carried out, and then it had to do with canceling some of the results from the zone where I had taken the exam. And when some of the results came, some were released, some were not released. Eventually, with so much lobbying and going back and forth, when the results came out, I eventually did not get to pass some of the 5 subjects that I needed to continue my college, to continue the next phase of my journey academically. And then that was where the beginning of the work started. That was where the beginning of my second guessing and the beginning of my definition of what success look at then. So I was beginning to see that everything about me was spelling failure. You know why? Because I was just thinking, at the very end, when I go back and retry the exam, do the exam, make sure I move away from those areas that have been, zoned to be problematic or having issues. And having done all that, I can tell you that it was just like a journey that is not going to be coming for, that was not coming for. And I began to see myself as a failure because I could not just pass that exam. I remember very well that same exam took me several years to pass. And I just want to tell you, if you are there watching and listening to me, or you get to watch this on a replay, there is something about you that the world cannot connect with until you accept and believe and change the narrative. That you were sent to be the light. You were sent to shine your light. You were not sent to shrink it. You were not sent, to make yourself look less than who and what you are supposed to be. In that space of you believing the fact that you were not be small, you were not meant to begin to look down on who and how God has made you. And the fact that you were not able to pass an exam does not totally, round you up and sum you up to be a failure in life. You have to begin to believe in who you have inside and act that way. That if something happened to you, stop listening to the noise. Stop listening to the definition that the world is giving you. Stop labeling yourself wrongly. You were not made small. You were sent, and there is a message that is ahead of you that you are meant to live. There is a package of you. There is a part of you that is meant to connect with your world. Stop listening to the noise. Stop listening to the fears. Stop shrinking your light. You were meant to shine your light. Stop shrinking it. Even though the world out there may not be able to connect with what you have now, it might be your phase of just getting to discover and to develop yourself. And many of us have gone through life in that space when you get yourself into a place where you're just getting to discover what is inside of you. And in that space of discovering it and developing it in such a way that will become attractive that the world can connect with, you have to be so intentional about who you mingle with to begin to walk in that consciousness that this thing that I carry that is inside of me, I will not let it die. I will not allow what I am going through at the moment to shrink my light that is inside. Because once you don't give in to everything outside there that is suggesting that there is nothing about you, you will be so much shocked how beautiful what you are carrying will begin to evolve. And it will take not long a time when your world will begin to connect to the light you carry. So you might be in a place now that many people cannot connect to the purpose for your living. Many people cannot see the reason why your so-called message is worth listening to. Many people may not be able to see why you are born at the time you were born and why your relevance at this time in space and in time is so much important. I want you to know that your short to success is possible because you believe. And that is what I'm going to be leaving you with. Believe in yourself. Believe in your ability to figure things out. Don't follow the labeling. Don't follow the noise. And don't follow what life has placed on your plate to accept as the final. Reach out to the innermost you. Believe in the core of you that if you are here up to now, then you are not a failure. And don't allow your past failure. Don't allow your past to continue to define your present. Believe in what is possible in the future and use that faith to navigate what you can do now to bring about what you want to see. Don't allow anything in life to seal your achievement. Don't give room to anything to contain that seems to want to contain you. You were meant and born to lead. You were meant for such a time like this to be the best, to shine your light, and to get the world to see there is more in you than what they've ever seen. Tomorrow is another day. I'll come up with another episode on the lessons at my age. I just told you my second decade on earth and how the beginning of that decade was plagued and laced with pain of failure and rejection and not good enough narratives. But today, the me you are connecting with is a testimony and it is a fact to what is possible when you choose not to dim your light, when you choose not to shrink your light, and when you choose not to look down on what God has put inside of you, because it is in you, not letting in. It is in you, not letting go, that you are going to unearth every beautiful treasure that is inside of you. Until I see you tomorrow, thank you for watching. Keep it locked in because I'm going to be announcing some of those special, opportunities that we're going to be going through as we get into the last 10 days. And I have my books also coming. I choose to celebrate this special day with a lunch. And I'm going to be giving you the details as the day goes by. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. And I'll see you same time tomorrow. Love you. Bye.